So I went to therapy today, and this has been my 4th or 5th session. As a black man that has probably endured so much trauma in my life, on top of that, I was shot multiple times in my abdomen, became a single father, raising a little girl, trying to deal with myself mentally for so many years. I threw a journey of self-healing. I mean, really self-healing. It's crazy to realize that I was never suggested a therapist. Even though I have maneuvered through this healing process, and I have been in my chair now 13 years. So even though I have been maneuvering and healing, and really my whole life has transitioned, it's been amazing. I even got a chance to sit down with the person that shot me and tell them how grateful I was. It's definitely got to that point. But I don't know if it really dawned on me that I never really had someone come and talk to me, diagnose me with anything. So I'm moving through this world, healing myself daily, but not really knowing what I'm healing from. Now, it's crazy that I was watching a TV show, and through this TV show that I'm watching, they reference PTSD. And of course, I've always said I've had PTSD just coming from the hood, just to be honest with you. But I never really put 2 and 2 together. I definitely have PTSD, absolutely. And when I had my first therapy appointment, that was something that was shared with me. Oh yeah, you definitely have PTSD. I don't even do 4th of July anymore, and that used to be my favorite holiday. Not That's another conversation for a different day, but I just loved fireworks and I love blowing up shit, all right? Point being, that's not even my vibe anymore. But I never put 2 and 2 together that is not necessarily my vibe, because I can't deal with a lot of loud sounds. Anxiety. I talk to thousands of people on stage, but it never really dawned on me that this anxiety, I don't want to spend the whole time sharing with you this therapeutic experience. But what I want to do is share with you the importance to talk to someone. Because even though I went through this whole transformative process alone, and I've had help along the way, but it wasn't from a professional really digging in and allowing me to vent or release. I never had a safe space to just crash out, right? Instead, I've always been in spaces where, because everyone's seen me self-heal so well, no one knows how to adjust if I'm not okay. So sometimes when I'm not okay, it can be weaponized, where that I feel like isolating myself might be the best option, because as long as I'm building and healing myself, I am my best self, and that is very true. But I have to be able to adjust to others, but also have others understand that I am human too, and that I do have things that, because of my trauma, no matter how much I've healed from them, that I still go through. But I think that's where accountability comes in, and again, the willingness and being vulnerable enough to talk to someone. So I've had sessions with my therapist, and a lot of it is just me talking. We do have a great conversation back and forth. It's a Black male. I feel comfortable to share that. And there's not where there's that area of such relatability. I think that we have different backgrounds. I'm not sure, but I'm just judging at this point. But what I will say is that I think I would be okay with if I talked to someone that wasn't a Black male. I don't care about people's biases. I've grew up to adjust to how people might see me as a Black man, and then on top of that, as a Black disabled man. So I'm not worried about that. I just want to talk to you. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'm getting on stage and I'm talking to thousands of people, and maybe that's me healing because I am constantly sharing my story and being able to perceive it in so many different ways that it brings me joy over bringing me trauma, pain, and hurt. That is something that I can say that I have done, and that is been a part of the self-healing process. Of course, I am an avid person that goes to the gym too, so that is also what I would call therapy. But my point is, going into year 14 of my injury, and no one ever just sitting down with me to ask me, am I okay? And I could look at that in so many ways of just being a Black man. I could look at it in so many ways of being because of my disability, that I have so much trauma that people just don't want to unpack. But maybe I needed to be the one to say, I need someone to talk to. But sometimes, or not sometimes, all the time, anytime I was at the doctor's office, I never checked the box because it wasn't like I was trying to kill myself. You know what I mean? Might just been having a hard day. Like, I pushed down the sidewalk and then that motherfucker ended on me. What the fuck? It's just, that's the reality, right? So I could be stressed out for the moment, or just a situation recently where I'm ready to go to the gym and I look in my drawer and I don't have gym clothes. I need somebody to talk to right now. But again, you know, I highly recommend finding someone that you can be able to talk to, especially you don't have to have a disability, you don't have to be a part of some ethnicity that is dealing with stigmas and stereotypes. You just be a regular human that just need to talk to someone. Find someone that you can be trusted, that you can put your trust in. And that is also when you can trust yourself, you can trust others. So not so much of, oh, I need to talk to someone that understands my background, because again, I've talked to a lot of people that never understood my background, but in reality, I didn't understand theirs either. So through conversation, we got to understand each other. So again, if you're struggling in any area, if life just becomes hard at times, normally the people around you aren't the people that you are able to vent to. It might not be a safe space because they have already projected an image of you that is normal to them, that the image of you of not being okay might make people on edge. But I don't want anyone to go through a level of trauma and not get help. I think that is really the purpose and intention of what I'm sharing in this moment. It's now that I am having the ability to release my thoughts, process, and even understand them from a different perspective, that I can grow into a better person, a better father, a better husband, a better brother, a better son. I think the value of therapy, or just the value of having someone that you can talk to, has no price. I don't think none of us are okay all the time. And it took me years, over a damn decade, to talk to somebody. Accountability all mine though, right? Accountability all mine. I can't put it into those medical professionals' hands because maybe they didn't know how to deal with it. But sometimes that's the problem too. It might not be because you didn't know how to deal with the situation. It might have been because you couldn't deal with the black, disabled man in front of you that had all of these extra layers of trauma. Or just disability in itself. You didn't have an accessible facility, and at least at the time of my injury, wasn't nobody doing no online anything, really. I could think of all the scenarios, but honestly, I can just hold myself accountable. And again, my goal right now is to say that if you're dealing with any type of trauma, if you have went through any type of trauma, it is probably important for you to go talk to somebody. That's it. Talk to somebody, because it'll help you process your thoughts. Sometimes that's all you need to do to move forward. These were my daily thoughts. This was my thought of the day. That if you are going through anything, please find somebody to talk to. There are resources all around your community. Tap in. I want you to be okay. And when you're not, I want you to have somebody to talk to.